What's up, y'all? Yes, it's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense. Haven't been on here in a little while. Excuse me, like I said before, with my new job, I don't get off at 2:30 like I used to. Excuse me, which gives me time to get here, do a couple of videos, and then go to work by 5. I get off at 4. I get here. I have a few moments to do what I need to do, eat, change clothes, and then I'm out the door. But I did want to do this video real quick because this is actually a fragrance I've had for a little while now. And before I get into it, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please make sure you do so. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications. Icon will open up. Click all so you get all content uploaded by me through this channel. Like the video, thumbs up, share the video, and be active in the comment section. With that being said, the fragrance house or clone house, if you will, that this fragrance is from is Alt Fragrances. And I know this is probably going to be hard to see, but it's Alt Fragrances, and this one is simply Santal. And when you hear the name, of course, if you know of Santal 33, it's a pretty popular fragrance in the fragrance community. For those of us who choose not to save up money to buy that fragrance, I don't know how much that would cost, or just don't want to spend top dollar for those high-end fragrances, then there are fragrance companies like Alt Fragrances that make clones, copies, replicas, whatever you want to call it, of certain fragrances. And this one, when I first got it in, I really wasn't too fond of it. I sprayed it, but I never wore it. And I actually this morning couldn't decide what I wanted to wear, being that I work outside now and I work around a bunch of guys, and I'm not trying to impress any guys. But I have been testing fragrances, being that I'm outside now, so it gives me a little bit more insight on fragrances when I'm wearing them outside versus when I used to wear them to the hospital indoors in a climate controlled environment. I'm outside, it gets kind of warm, my body heats up while I'm working. You know, it's cold outside some mornings, it's hot in the afternoon, so with the weather change like that, perfect time to test a fragrance. This one performed like a champ. I put this on at 6 something this morning. I had to be to work at 7. I got off at 4. So a little over 8 hours, I want to say, 9 hours close to, I had this on. I still can smell it clearly when I'm moving around, but I think it's mostly from my neck and what's around maybe my shirt. I don't spray my shirts anymore. I've been stopped doing that because I want to give you guys true, accurate readings. Very faint on my skin, but up around my neck, behind my ears, and around my collar, I can still clearly smell it. When I was in my truck earlier, I could smell it. It's breezy outside, so when I'm outside, I can still smell it coming off of me. I like this fragrance. Now, on Alt's website, the comments that I was reading just before, and I did write down some notes here so you can see them, but I did read the comments. Some people like this, some people don't. Some people say, I read one person said it smelled like dill to them. I don't really get that. I don't think I've smelled fresh dill before, but whatever the case may be, you know, different people have different noses, different senses, stuff like that. So, or sense of smell, I should say. I like this fragrance. I think this is actually bottle worthy. If this smells anything like the original Santal 33, then I'm impressed. Highly. About $35 for a 35 ml. Obviously, this is not 35 ml. This is just one of 6 fragrances that Alt Fragrances did send to me for review. I wasn't able to get around to all of them. I think I did wear 1 or 2 of them, and this is the 3rd one that I've worn. So I'm trying to revisit some fragrances. Um, let's see. This says it can be worn day or night, and I agree. Um, the performance on this is very nice. Projection, I'm gonna give it at least 5 to 6 hours. Um, do I really want to do that? Well, I will say longevity rather was about 7 to 8 hours, pushing 9 hours. Projection, strong projection, I got probably close to 3 hours of good projection out of this. Um, One of my coworkers was around me early this morning, and we were helping somebody get some shingles, and he said he kept smelling citrus, in which there is no citrus in this, but he says, "What's that smell, man? I keep smelling citrus." And I started laughing. I was like, you know what, you probably smelling me. And he was like, "What you got on?" And I was like, I told him what it was, in which I know he probably wouldn't know what the hell it was. But I did pull the picture up from Alt's website and show it to him. And I read the note breakdown off to him, and he said he liked the way it smelled. I love it. It has, it says it's smooth, subtle, bold, and dynamic. And I actually can agree with all of that. It does have a little boldness to it, to where I can understand where most people may not like it. Definitely different than anything I have in my collection. I have nothing else that smells anything close to this that I can think of. It has sandalwood, papyrus, leather, Virginia cedar, violet, iris, and amber. A lot of those notes I like, such as the papyrus, the Virginia cedar. Of course, I love violet and iris. I'm not a huge fan of amber, but it's nice. Sandalwood, I'm okay with. I like this fragrance a lot. I really do. If I can get my hands on a full-size bottle of this, then I definitely will do so. But until then, this sample is more than enough to get me by for a while. You don't have to do many sprays because it is powerful. Trust me. This is a powerhouse type fragrance. The atomizer on this thing, I'm not sure what's up with it. You have to push down directly straight down, because if you try to push it at a slight angle, for some reason it doesn't go all the way down inside the atomizer part, and you can see underneath it. So it smells nice, man. It really does smell nice. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh, because I'm gonna be on my way to work. So if you are not familiar with Santal 33, and you want to get your hands on something that smells close to it, in which, like I said before, I've never smelled Santal 33, but if it smells anything like this, then definitely, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, I'm not sure how much Santal 33 costs, but if you want to go an opposite direction, $35 for a 30 ml. For some people, that may be out of their range for a 30 ml, but I think you're getting a great deal even if you go through Alt. Now, if there are any fragrance houses out there or clone houses that make fragrances that have one of Santal 33, then I'm not aware of it, but I'm pretty sure you can find something close to it. Alt Fragrances is not a bad fragrance house to deal with. I thank them very much for sending me out what they have as far as fragrances, top of the line fragrances. I'm pretty sure they have many other fragrances that I haven't tested yet, but I like this one. I can vouch for this one, and it's not because somebody thinks that I'm a corporate butt kisser or whatever else you want to call it. if a fragrance is nice, it's just nice. Whether it was free, whether it was gifted to me, whether I paid for it, whatever the case may be, I still like this fragrance. It is what it is. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out of here, guys. Here's to smelling great. Peace.